Thank you, thank you. Hello, everyone. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Thanks for having me, especially apparently as Richard's on the main stage now, so I'm really impressed you're all here, because I'd rather be watching him, I'm going to be honest. But listen, I was really excited to come and present to you today, because when MadFest told me that the theme of this year's show was Be Less Boring, I thought, I'll give that a go. The reality is, when you think of kind of disruption and, being less boring, you don't necessarily think of big corporate sort of global brands like Samsung. I guess in my head I'm thinking Gymshark or Oatly or those sorts of things, but the reality is you can be disruptive in a big corporate. They're just a few obstacle courses you have to jump through to be it. So I'm going to hopefully change your perception today and talk to you about how you can be bold within a big corporate. So look, just to give you some clarity on Samsung and how big we are, we're often ranked within the first or top 5 global brands. Our global revenue in 2024 was 206 billion. We operate in 74 countries. We have 31 production sites, 41 R&D centers, close to 300,000 employees. I feel like we're a bit more like a small planet than a business sometimes. We really are big. And when it comes to the UK, look, 3.6 billion in 2024 in the UK revenue. We are number 1 in market share across a number of major categories, from smartphones, refrigerators, TVs. But those categories are harder and harder to penetrate, right? They're pretty mature. We're leading the way. And the reality is, post-COVID, they're pretty saturated. They're either flat or in decline. So our real opportunity is in those emerging categories, those new categories for Samsung. Launching breakthrough products, bringing innovation to the party, and really those are the growth drivers of our business. In short, we innovate to grow. And I'm not sure many of you would know, but Samsung actually started back in 1938, and the first product we manufactured was actually noodles. So look, if we'd have stood still, perhaps we'd have been a competitor to Unilever these days, or a big sort of food manufacturer. But we didn't do that. We continued to innovate. In 1969, so not that long ago, Samsung Electronics was born. And then through the years, we've continued to innovate in loads and loads of different consumer technology categories, bringing really fresh new innovation. And obviously, with the latest and new era of AI, we are now all about that. So that relentless commitment to innovation is really within our DNA, and it's at the heart of everything we do. So, you are probably thinking, well, you've got a pretty easy job then, global brand, market leader, innovation literally coming out of our ears. But I would say working in a large corporate, even one as dynamic as Samsung, comes with some very, very real challenges. From the outside, it might look super slick, super well-resourced, loads of big budgets, but on the inside, it's definitely more complicated than that. So I'm going to give you the Insta versus reality view. I should have probably put LinkedIn because we're in this sort of world. But the reality is, or you may perceive Samsung, right, of us having massive budgets. And look, we do spend a lot, but the reality is we have large fixed investments. And as I touched on, a lot of our growth comes from new categories. And the reality at Samsung is all of our marketing investment is linked to revenue. So when you're launching into a new category, you have really small budgets. And I'm talking kind of scrappy startup budgets, but within this massive organization. Creative freedom, look, we have a lot of creative power because we have investment, right? But the reality is we're a big global. We have a huge amount of guidelines, loads of global direction, and actually the biggest barrier sometimes is a really conservative legal team. So that's definitely a bit of a myth that we need to debust, because it's not all about it's not all about these amazing creative ideas, because that comes with some challenges. Tech moves fast. It certainly does from a product point of view. I do not know what product is coming this time next year until probably November time when I go out to Korea. We literally see no product within sort of 3-4 months of launching. However, that's in the product world. When it comes to marketing, we have huge processes. It's a massive matrix organization, procurement, legal. I mean, you wouldn't believe the steps it takes. My team are down here, they'll tell you. The steps it takes to raise a PO in Samsung is nuts. So it can really slow you down, right? When you're trying to be reactive, you're trying to be disruptive. These things are real barriers that we face. And finally, look, steady demand. We're a big global brand, lots of kind of consumer recognition. But we've got highly competitive markets, new entrants all the time. It's one of those things that is never standing still. So, I want to tell you about how we have been disruptive despite all those challenges. I hope I've painted them in a less energetic picture than I feel like I've made it sound too easy, but the reality is it can be really challenging. So I'm going to tell you about a disruption story from one of my favorite categories, and as you can see modeled here, our vacuum cleaner category. Yes, you've heard it right, vacuum cleaners. So what do we do? And let me talk you through kind of how we have disrupted within this category. So look, we only entered the market just shy of 4 years ago, so not long ago at all. At the time, the category media spend was close to £100 million. There are some big players in the vacuum space, right, and they are investing massive amounts. And my scrappy startup budget did not compare to the hundreds of millions that was being spent. And let's face it, vacuums aren't the most sexy. I have to say, Reggie, my robot, is my favorite Samsung appliance. But we're talking about jet sticks today, and look, it's low engagement, and if you think about some of the advertising within the vacuum space, it's very tech, performance, and quite frankly, a lot of it's now driven by price. So, to get disrupted, we had to make some noise, flip the script, and go into sort of disruption mode. We set up a bit of a task force, act like a startup, be brave. I think we call ourselves the VC warriors. We wanted to be bold, act like rebels, take risks, and obviously do all that a little bit under the radar within our business. So, how do we go about doing it? The first step, we had some brilliant product. Look, when we first launched a few years back, we had really brilliant product, and our unique, I guess, point of difference was our clean station. This is the lovely unit here, and they're now inbuilt into our vacuums. So the translation of that was called No More Dust Face. Volume? I'm hoping.
We shared together all those good times that we had. What went wrong? Oh, tell me what went wrong.
Slightly underwhelming without the sound to start with. But anyway, you get the idea. We went kind of totally into kind of, I guess, the pain point of consumers when you tap out your bin and you get that sort of dust face. So really good starting point, got some good traction. But let's be honest, we all know emotion is what really sells. So the next campaign, one of my faves, inspiration from an absolute banger, with a simple truth that music really lifts your mood. So if we can make cleaning fun, well, I think we're on something. So sort of bring in big hair, big energy, and big Ryland, and this was our sort of social first campaign we did shortly after Dust Face. Music, sound?
Morning, guys. Had a bit of a late night last night. Woke up feeling a bit groggy. My house is in absolute state, and I really do not want to clean up. Oh, I can't be dealing. Oh, hang on a minute. Someone at the door. Hi.
Let's clean, queens.
What? Come in. Queens, that has got a lot of juice in it. I can't believe how powerful that is.
So if you want to experience the power of the Clean Queens, then check out the description on how to enter. And this lot could be visiting you next.
See you soon.
So look, a really fun campaign. It got 100 pieces of coverage, 260 million reach, 100 million views on social. A really, really strong campaign with very limited budget. Next step was we decided to take on Goliath. So how do you really challenge the market leader? And we got braver after some negotiation with legal. We didn't throw shade. We celebrated with a really special power present.
I've been sent on a mission by Samsung to deliver the world's most powerful stick vacuum to a very powerful man in vacuuming. His birthday is today. Can I say James Dyson? Mr. D it is. Come on, boys. Have you ever heard of Schmaine Schmeisen?
The vacuum cleaner. Oh, is this a commercial?
Absolutely not. Thanks for your patience. Precious cargo. I'm looking for a Mr. D. Keep your distance, please, ladies.
It sometimes flies in by helicopter, up on his hill.
There's about 50 more steps here, lads. Come on. Almost there.
What is it?
It's the world's most powerful stick vacuum.
It's on the left at the top. You'll see the security guards.
Security?
Yeah.
To the car, come on. Let's go. You fit in there. Obviously, we had to turn up for James's birthday in style, so I got us a limo. If he doesn't want this, at the very least, he's taking the card. To Mr. D, happy 78th. With love, Samsung. Are we here? Here goes nothing. Move like a shadow in the night. Where's the entrance? Ah! It's over there. Just down here, please. Ah, intercom. I'm wondering whether I can drop off a present for Mr. D.
You're actually at wrong gate.
We'll go around the other side now. Thank you. Good afternoon. We've got a very special delivery for Mr. D. Well, I'm a representative from Samsung. We're just making sure that James gets his delivery for the world's most powerful stick vacuum. He's gonna love it, I promise. If he was on this, it would probably tear the tarmac up. It's that strong.
Unfortunately, we can't take, we're not allowed to accept it here.
Oh, okay.
We're not allowed to accept anything else.
Out externally.
Yeah.
If delivery is an issue, I'm just gonna have to leave the sorry we missed you. Just doing my job. We'll attempt to re-deliver. We'll come back next year. 2nd of May, 26.
Unfortunately, and you're not allowed to take any...
No photos.
No photos, no filming on site, I'm afraid.
See you next year! Don't say I don't care about you, Jimbo. Do I get to keep it now? We're gonna need to pick up the pace, boys.
So look, a lot of fun with that one. 228 pieces of coverage, 500 million people reached with that. And my favourite headline, the Daily Express said, "Happy birthday, sucker," which made me laugh. We had lots of innuendos. But look, we didn't stop there. Actually, following that, we had a big event at King's Cross, which is our kind of flagship space. We gave away 78 vacuums for those that came with the best birthday card for James. So look, poking the beast a little bit, having a bit of fun, but actually really disrupting the kind of category, which traditionally spends a lot on traditional media and not in these sort of spaces. So let's look at the results. They don't suck. These are our brand health metrics around awareness, consideration, and purchase intent. Really, really strong increases across all of them, and we're definitely going for the crown. And then I guess in terms of commercial KPIs, the things that, let's face it, our business really care about. In terms of total handset market share, we've now overtaken Hoover, Bosch, Miele in the market, so 5.4% in terms of total handstick. And if you think about premium market share, which is where we're always targeting, drives profitability, etc., we are now at 12.5%. So really not bad for a few years in a brand new category and really being the new kids on the block with not a lot of money. So what have I learned and what would I pass on to you all? It does sound a bit cheesy, but kind of like task force kind of work, not those kind of laborious 12-month, governance type things, but actually a kind of cross-collaboration between various teams focused on one really, really clear goal. Everyone loves an underdog. You know what I mean? We really sort of channeled that underdog energy, and I think it got the best out of the team. Persistence is crucial. The first idea we had for the Dyson kind of, head-on kind of idea was actually to recruit a number of people across the country called Tanya Dyson, John Dyson, Mary Dyson, get them to trial the vacuum cleaners and then go out with a campaign called Approved by Dyson. Slightly more challenging to get through legal. So we took them out to lunch. I'm not even joking. We sat in our canteen in the office at lunch and went, I know we can't do that, but what can we do that is more disruptive and that builds that kind of credibility within the space? Because the reality is, our awareness levels, you saw them, they're not that high. People don't even know we do vacuum cleaners yet. So to be kind of associated with the market leader and to really challenge that was really exciting. So yeah, we took them out to lunch, be persistent, and yeah, look, have some fun. We were brave, we were bold, and we did it under the guise of what can be a lot of barriers in our way. So, as you've already given away, or someone's already given away, in true disruption style, I need some brave volunteers that are going to come and try the world's most powerful vacuum stick. We're going to have a little race, a little challenge, and if you win, you are going to take away the world's most powerful, not today, I'll send it to your house because it's too heavy to carry, but you are going to win the world's most powerful vacuum cleaner. So, Dan over here is my head of training who's going to literally lead this now.
I actually saw two hands go up really quickly. So
Okay.
I think we're
First
going
come,
to go
first
first. So
serve.
this gentleman here and that lady just round the pillar, they were the first hands to go up.
There we
So if you
go.
want to come up, chance to win. Let me just get my props. Hold on.
Pick a colour. We have
It's
our
like-
lovely mint.
All right,
Or
so we got, yeah.
graphite black or something.
Black, we got the mint here. So we're going to make you work for this. I know it's really hard, but so this is like the biggest production of QVC, I think, ever. I've got loads of sprinkles, and it's going to be really simple. We're just going to do a bit of a race, all right? I'm going to make a real big mess. This is the only opportunity I get to do this. And then all I need you to do is vacuum up the sprinkles. Okay, so we've got desiccated coconut, one of my favorites. Don't know why. We've got some rice, and we've got some rice pops. So I'm going to go ahead and sprinkle these. Tanya, do you want to help with this?
I can help. I can be your QVC helper.
Yeah, what we're going to do, I'm going to do two.
Are we doing separate ones? Or are we doing a
I'm going to
race?
do two long lines like this,
Okay.
and we're going to go make a lot of mess.
I'm coming behind you.
And then if you can just follow up,
Yeah, I'm coming.
make
Me.
a mess.
This is a skill, guys. This is what marketing is all about. Okay.
Yeah, this is all right. There we go. I think that's a lot of mess. I'll tell you, we're going to make you work for your money. This is
Do we need
okay.
to give them a demo of how to work it?
Yes, so this is our vacuum cleaner. Can anyone see? We've got the mint green there. The vacuum cleaner itself is here. Okay, so we've got the body, we've got the extendable arm, and then the head on the end here. This part here is the clean station, okay, which empties the bin. So as soon as you finish your vacuuming, you place your vacuum on here, and it will suck all of the debris into a bag in the clean station. So all you need to do, pick up your vacuum on the count of 3, press the button to start, and then I need you just to clean up your line and your line. Okay? There's a bit of a hint here. There's a plus and a minus button. I'm not going to tell you what they do. I'll let you work it out. It's quite obvious, really, but it might help you out. Okay? Everyone clear? Yeah? If you want to stand by your vacuum cleaner, and on the count of 3.
Are they going? Hang on. Do we know what? I'm
Yeah,
nervous.
This
It's not,
gentleman's
okay,
this
right,
one,
fine. Yeah.
And we're going
Opposite
you're
directions.
this one and yours one, and we'll be the judges. Ready?
Okay.
Okay. So 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Vacuum away. That's it. We're going. Oh,
Here we go. It's got technique.
it is all in the technique. Oh, look at this. Low and slow. That's what I'll say. Low and slow. I think we're...
Oh, yeah. I think this is looking pretty good.
That's it. Nearly there. I think we're done. I think we do have
Yeah,
I think we've got a winner. I think we have... It's this gentleman here. He's the winner.
Very good. Very good. I think that just shows, ladies, that the men need to do the vacuuming around the house, because clearly there was do you know what I mean? There
Well
was
done.
definite,
Well done.
like,
What's your
you
name?
know, energy
Okay.
into that.
So well done, Matthew. So we're going to send one of these vacuum cleaners out to you as a present. So thank you for volunteering so
Enjoy.
quickly.
Enjoy,
Yep.
enjoy. Oh, sorry, yeah, look, just
Oh,
a demo.
it's not plugged in.
It's not plugged in?
It's not plugged in.
Oh.
No.
No, Ginny, I can't. Not a very good demo. Look, so that you don't all go away thinking, God, I really wish I won the vacuum cleaner. In true disruption style, again, I'm giving you a code. I had to beg my .com team for this. So as of today, for 7 days, you get 20% all of our vacuum cleaner range. Never miss the opportunity to sell, guys. That's what I say as marketing. 20% off, only for 7 days, and actually it's available on robots as well as our vacuum cleaners. So go treat yourselves. I think I sped through that, but have fun. Enjoy the rest of MadFest. That's me done.
Awesome.